welcome to today's podcast. I'm Aida Mejia, and I'm thrilled to have my first guest, Daniela Slocker, the marketing director at Mr. Hospitality Miami, a luxury hospitality management group with restaurants such as Queen, Lafayette, Marion, and others. Daniela, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be able to have this conversation with you and to go deep into all the marketing knowledges.
I'm really excited. Okay, so let's dive in. Daniela, first of all, we want to hear a little bit about your background. Tell us how you got to be where you're at now. And yeah, we want to hear a little bit about you.
Okay, so my background is originally in finances. I've always been very into numbers, very into math, and but as well into art. I was always painting. I was always since creating some projects since I was a kid. So my mom was the one who pushed me a lot into that. And after I studied and I did my career in fine arts, I decided I wanted to do finances again because I love numbers. I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So I went into college for business industry and operations. That's my bachelor's, and I got my minor in marketing because I did it as a passion. I did it as something that I wanted to learn and very curious, and I got my finances degree with Bloomberg. After that, I realized that marketing is the best thing that makes my tool in advance, but you have a complete creative freedom to go into projects, to go into productions. It allows you to play a lot with your imagination, I will say. So my career started in operations at nightclubs, doing events, greeting guests, doing the parties. And after being 3 years into it and grew within my company, I decided I upon graduation I decided that I didn't want to work at night anymore. I love it, but it's something that I had to put on the side. And my company was nice enough to offer me a position in the marketing department. Through the last 2 years working in marketing, I was able to make my way up by a lot of productions, by a lot of projects that were the ones who got me into one position and then to another. And recently, I just landed as the head of marketing for Mr. Hospitality.
That's amazing. And how are you liking it? You're now in the restaurant luxury life of Miami, right?
Yeah. So marketing for hospitality, it's something completely different that you can never imagine because you think that maybe it's like Coca-Cola or like McDonald's, but that's our whole brands. But working for a hospitality group, you have to have even the knowledge that the chef has, that the sommelier has the knowledge of the GMs and know how they manage the venue. And with all of that, I need to absorb it so much to be able to create a strategy for it.
Wow.
So it's something that really is very different in its own sense.
Well, that's amazing. And do you think you could share with us some like unique marketing challenges or opportunities that you've had in this luxury restaurant industry since you've been there?
Okay, well, Miami is a tough city itself. So working in nightlife and luxury and all of this, you are always surrounded by a lot of different characters with a strong personalities that just think that because of the money, they can be in this position of power upon you. I'm very young in what I do. I'm a woman in a men's world. So I think that was one of the biggest challenge uh, growing up and being able to get in a higher position than my original supervisor, than my original manager, and being able to show myself that I'm able to do the job and to be respected and treated like they treat them. It was very hard. So and still be hard, but it's something that motivates me, that gives me the strength to keep going, seeing how uh, even though the challenge is hard to be able to face men in this position, it's very rewarding seeing when you are able to get the respect because your work speaks for itself.
I hadn't even thought about that as a marketing. I mean, there's so many biases that we all face, like you said, being a woman, maybe being Latina, you're Latina, right? English being your second language. So many barriers that are there for us, and that's amazing that now you are in a position where you're leading others and your work has gotten you there.
Yes, I'm very grateful. I'm extremely grateful for my team. They're people that inspire me every day, and I am very grateful for them to choosing me to be leading them.
Yeah, definitely. And okay, so I have a question for you that has been like popping up a lot in my like my audience, and it's this like versus of digital marketing versus traditional marketing. And I wanted to see if you've been there in these past years. Have you seen more of the digital marketing evolving? Are you guys just moving to digital and leaving traditional behind, or how are you managing both?
The company takes a lot of pride in being traditional, being conservative in the marketing strategy that we handle for the venues. Yet, as is marketing, you always keep learning. There's always something new on social media. There's always a new app you have to interact with, a new software you have to learn to increase your engagement, your views. So even though we still try to do the traditional marketing per se, printed flyers, that's what we will call a traditional marketing. We develop a lot of our audience, and a lot of our results from our campaigns come from social media and from digital marketing itself. So I know and I can tell that it's evolving. It's a challenge, but is very see a lot of revenue coming back from it. Like you can see a lot of positive rewards out of being able to grow as the digital marketing grow.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like what you said, it's a lot easier to track the success of your campaign through digital marketing because you can get like feedback right away of engagements, of new or of impressions, of views, of clicks. And I think that's much harder to do with a flyer. You don't really know who came to the
Yes.
restaurant because of the flyer, or yeah.
No, it's great. All of these developments that are happening, it allows us to track our audience. There's some platforms and databases that will tell you if your client click the ad, if your client look through the ad, how many times was his attention spam towards your ad, and if it had a positive impact towards that person as an individual, or if they just weren't interested in it and put him behind. Thanks to all of these new resources, they allowed you to have analytical results and be able to understand a campaign itself or whatever you're trying to market, because you know what people are engaging with and in what way.
Yeah, definitely. And now that you're talking about these softwares and these tools, are there any tools that you've come across that you can share with us that you think have been game changers for you in the marketing?
One of the basic one, I believe, when Instagram merged with Facebook and they created Meta, and Meta decided to do its business suite to be able to control all of the platforms as the company that I work with is a hospitality group with many different brands between itself and different accounts, this platform it's very well built, very self-explanatory, and the easiest way to manage all of the social media just from one website. Not only gives you reports, it gives you very in-depth reports that you can choose per day, per month, per week. You are as well to see how your ads are running, and it's an app, well, it's a platform that allows you to do advertising between itself, and it allows you to do campaigns targeting a specific people and playing with the time, and as is a lot of played with artificial intelligence, is an algorithm that learns to read itself to be able to redistribute the advertising that is being shown to every single person. So for me, that's my best friend, Meta. I'm always having it on my desktop. I'm always taking a look at it. Who's looking? Who's sending us message? That's also that gives the Meta platform. They have an amazing space for community management. All of the message go to a same place. Even though it's from your Facebook messages, from your Instagram messages, you can see it at once and keep it very organized. So for a business, is a essential tool that needs to have.
And what was it you said? It was Business
Meta Business Suite.
Meta Business Suite. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And do you guys focus more on the Meta platforms like Instagram, Facebook, or do you also do other platforms?
Be, besides the typical, sorry, besides social media itself, we use a lot of the basic Google reviews, Google platform, Google Analytics. That it's something as well very very necessary, because every single person, even though they know marketing, they don't know marketing, they know about the real world, they are going to Google.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to have, it's very important for a business or for an individual or whoever is trying to market themselves to have a very good online presence on Google. If, for example, even though you're not a celebrity and you're trying to market yourself to get a good job position, it's most likely that your job is gonna Google you. So it's important for you to have a great online presence.
Okay.
So something as basic as that, it helps a lot to increase and produce the business.
Okay, so you guys focus on like also like Google Ads, and also when like they search for luxury restaurant keywords, you guys come up
Yes, so it
first.
has a very strong SEO strategy
Yeah.
for that. And per venue, per brand that we manage, each of them have a different SEO strategy for when the Google searches or even when people are talking about it. With that, we have a press company that we work with that we tell them the exact verbiage of the press releases, how we want to have them, where we include those keywords that differentiates all of the venues and all of the brands by itself.
Wow. So you're really overseeing everything here.
Yeah,
Like strategies,
from
creativity.
production to analytics to coding to having an event. Marketing covers a lot, and more in hospitality, you have to be involved with every single individual that makes a part of the company.
Wow. And I checked some of your restaurants social media like Instagram, and honestly I gotta say it's beautiful, it's amazing, and the brand image, the storytelling, it just makes you feel like you want to be there, like this decadent like luxury experience, right? And I was thinking, how do you manage to craft these stories that are gonna.
CEO has a very clear vision of what he wants. I can say that all of the creative direction comes from him. He is a very intelligent man and very business straightforward, but he cares a lot about the storytelling. So before opening a restaurant, we can confirm that is a vision that he has in his head and share it with us to make it a reality. So every venue differentiates from each other due to the story that it has behind, not only by the food, by the art that surrounds it, from the architecture uh, to the private art collection that is shared per venue. For example, Queen is this beautiful. It was the Old Paris Theater of Miami, and it was redesigned for 2 years to create the beautiful masterpiece that we have right now. Is that we have won prizes on its architectural design as well of the light work that we have on the venue, and it can be differentiated because of its art, but it has a lot of sculptures that has a story behind it, and it's placed there for a specific reason. And then we have, for example, Lafayette, our latest restaurant that just opened. It talks a lot because of the private art collection that are usually paintings. We don't have many sculptures here, but the design, the colors, and how the art merges with the design itself, it's another different. And then we have Marion, that is the beautiful little sister, and it's actually his sister's name. And he decided to create this beautiful French girl that is fun, that loves to party, and it's the date girl. And I think it blends perfectly with Miami. It's a signature name that we're very proud of, and I can tell that if you say Marion on the street, someone will know what it is, what we do, and that you're gonna have a great time.
So like from all the marketing, because like you could market this place, you could have the best marketing as this is the best place, but if it's not, people will not come back. So you're saying this has been thought since even before the creation of the restaurant, every single detail, from the food, from the architecture, the interior design, the feeling, the music, everything. That's amazing how the creativity ties together.
Yeah, we're very proud to have amazing individuals that made this happen. From chefs that has worked in Michelin star restaurants, all of them amazing experience behind them, to the architect, to the interior architect that is Carlos Rodriguez. He is a name of its own here in Miami by his beautiful designs. He did the Faena Hotel as well. He's engaging in a lot of other projects now, and we are proud to call him an essential part of this art journey that Mr. Hospitality is very well known for. We have worked with amazing personalities, VIP experts that have crafted these operations to be what it is today.
Wow. And do you think you could share with us maybe like a particular marketing campaign that you are personally proud of, that you think went really well?
There's this campaign that it got very popular for us because it was the first Halloween party at Queen, and we wanted it to be a cinematic affair. It was something that it as well came from our CEO's vision. He said that he wanted to make this theme, this Halloween party with costumes, with a story behind it, and he wanted real animals in the production of this. And we were like, but how are we gonna tie all of this together at such a beautiful restaurant as it Queen? It's very complicated to mix it to a Halloween costume party. It needs to be classy, and how are we gonna tell people that this is classy so they don't come with a Dracula costume, but they come with an elegant attire that will interact with our party? It was a long project, very thought through. It had a lot of challenges, but when it came to the date of the teaser, we prepared so much that we created this theme. The art director of the company He is this amazing individual with a lot of experience. He comes from Milano, Italy, and he is the entertainment director as well for the company. He has worked as a choreographer for a lot of companies, and he's worked in a lot of cities like Dubai, like Paris. So he had like this mentality, this idea that he wanted to showcase, and I was the one producing it. So it's like how I can make your vision happen. So we put all of our minds together and we hire Gustavo, who is a very famous director here in Miami. He did a lot of video clips for J Balvin, for Bad Bunny, and he was doing a video clip. But we proposed the idea to him. He brought his team. We bought cameras. We even rented movie cameras, and we started planning this. So it was called Royal Anarchy. And start building the story, this royal anarchy and the tale of twisted beasts. So we decided to break it apart. Every scene was a different beast. So we had a crow, we had a tiger, we had a devil. Then we have like this half deer, half human that they were interacting. We even like made like this very sexual scene that we had to cut off because we got so excited creating it that when we got it on video, it's like, oh my god, what are we doing over here? They're gonna cancel us. So when we created this story, it was from the beginning, from the entrance till the end, how the party was gonna be. So that's when the CEO said, like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right, and you guys have fully control and have fully freedom to go and rent real animals. So we rented a real tiger for this production, a tiger and a snake. We had to talk with someone who owned a private zoo to be able to rent these animals and move them and bring them inside of the restaurant. So if you go to Google and look for that teaser that we created, it was over $20,000 just on that video. You can see the tiger and you can see the story that I'm describing here.
Wow, this is like
Most,
another level. This is like my dreams of, you know, this is crazy that you've this campaign, just one campaign. Can I ask, like, how long was the process? Like, obviously it was due for Halloween. How like early did you guys start on this?
we start in August always. Right now, for example, for the next Halloween, we just decided the themes. Today, the themes were decided. So we're taking a break. We're seeing how we're gonna manage a strategy, have like the mind a little bit free, so then we can go back and create all of this for this upcoming Halloween party.
Wow, so
So that
like
usually
sorry, this was last Halloween you were saying, right?
this was
So
last Halloween.
now you have like this whole thing to, like, you know, it was so great last year. Now people are expecting, they already know.
Yeah.
What an amazing.
How are we gonna top this?
Yes, wow. I can't wait to see.
Yeah, and you're more than welcome to join us in the party. We host annual Halloween party per venue each year, and each of them have a different theme.
Well, thank you so much, Daniela. Before I let you go, because I know I've kept you here longer, one last thing. Is there any advice you could give to aspiring marketers, people that are starting in marketing? Any advice for them that they're beginning?
The best thing that I can say is that everything is possible. Everything is possible with hard work. So you just have to be very organized and have discipline in life. So if you set a goal, you have to see it, you have to be able to see it so clear that you can make the path and go ahead and make it happen. You just don't have to stop. You just have to follow your path and go and make it happen. You cannot like start swinging ways, because that's when you get out of your way to go and do something else. You just have to see it, go and follow it and make it happen.
Okay.
It's It's complicated, but it's that easy.
Yeah. So focus on that one goal. Okay.
Focus. I have it even tattooed on here. Focus.
Focus. Okay. Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today, Daniela. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. And I just want to thank everyone for just tuning in, and be sure to check more resources like this in my website, aidamejia.com. Thank you so much, Daniela.
Thank you so much.
Until next time. Bye.